Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the second lesson of English Balbharti, odd one in. So we will have reading of this lesson, page number 3, 1.2, odd one in. So how was the first day of school? Asked mother as Rima sat down for dinner. Okay, Rima shrugged. No lessons, just settling in. So, what he shrugged, raised the shoulders slightly to indicate doubt or ignorance or disinterest. Means she had no interest in what mother is asking. So, she just like ignore the things. Any new girls in your class? Enquired her father, Mr. Sain. Only one, Malti, and she is funny, grimaced Rima as she helped herself to the salad. So, what is grimaced? Made an ugly expression with the face to show pain. So, when she was taking salad herself, she was answering her father with the ugly expression. That means she was means very angry to give the answer of that particular question of her father. Why do you say that? Asked Mr. Sain. She can't speak much English. She has come from another state. Sniffed Rima. Sniffed. That is, spoke without interest or respect, naming one at the other end of the country. Means she was without interest, she was telling her father that she was from another state. Oh, children from that state are supposed to be clever. They are especially good at maths, said Mr. Sen quietly. Well, this one does not seem smart at all. Oily hair, bindi, and all. Good morning, teacher, mimicked Rima. Mimic means she imitated or acted that girl. Her parents exchanged glances. Rima was their only child. They doted on her, but she could be insufferable at times. I do hope you and your friends will not make things too difficult for Malti, sighed Mr. Sen as he rose from the table. Rima and her gang had decided to do just that. Father was telling that you should not trouble her, but her gang decided the same thing, that yes, we should trouble her. Next morning, the minute Malti entered the class, they all chorused, Good morning. Poor Malti, she did not realize that they were making fun of her. She, be- she beamed back at them and replied, Good morning. What is beamed? She smiled happily. She thought they were wishing her nicely. But no, they were all teasing her. Shehnaz giggled. Why do you put so much oil on your hair? She asked rudely. Malti looked offended but did not reply. And the skirt so long, said Clary cattily. Now, what is cattily? That is unkindly. Malti flushed. That means she became red and hot or angry. She was about to say something when teacher entered. As the class progressed, everyone was surprised to see Malti raise her hand whenever teacher asked a question. Yes, Malti, you answer, said teacher. Malti answered correctly, and teacher nodded in appreciation. When Rima recounted this at home, her mother said, "Sounds like a clever girl." "What is the use?" said Rima uncharitably, that means unkindly. "Her English is so atrocious," that means a poor or very bad. "The same may be said of your Hindi," countered Mr. Sen sharply. He was getting quite sick of Rima's attitude, means father was doesn't like her attitude towards Malti. She should behave good with the Malti, but she was having too much attitude. So even Mrs. Sen did not like it that night Rima's parents discussed the matter. "We put Rima into a good school to make her smart and confident. I am afraid she is turning into quite a little snob." That means a person who thinks much better than others for some reason. That is what snob, said Mr. Sen sadly. The following Saturday was the inter-house singing competition. Rima was participating in the English song category. Was surprised to see Malti's name in the list of participants for the Hindi song category. "Oily plates sings also," she said snidely to Claire. That means a nasty manner. "Crooks, you mean," giggled Clary. They were to be proved wrong. Malti sang beautifully. She had a melodious and well trained voice. Rima and her gang had decided to jeer when Malti sang. What is jeer? That means to make rude remarks or a loud voice. But there was such absolute silence they did not dare to. They were sure to get caught. So when Malti finished, the principal was the first one who started clapping, followed by the teachers and students. No one was surprised when Malti won the first prize. Rima did come first in her category. Somehow she felt no joy. As the term progressed, it was abundantly clear to all that Malti was a bright child. She was quite studious and intelligent. She fared well in sports as well as in studies. Her forte, that means a thing that someone does particularly well, was mathematics, means she was good in mathematics. Her simple appearance belied, that is gave a false impression of something or somebody. A sharp and a nimble brain, that is able to think and understand quickly, that is a nimble brain. So slowly many of the girls began seeking her help in mathematics, help which she readily and cheerfully gave. The teachers had liked the respectful, intelligent girl from the beginning. Now the girls from the class also befriended her. That means all became friends with her. Not Rima and her clique, though. What is a clique? A small group of friends who do not allow others to join them. That is what clique. They stubbornly disliked Malti. They were a stylish lot, and nothing that Malti did could alter the fact that she was not their type. They never lost a chance to poke fun at her, particularly her English. Malti felt bad about their behavior. One day she was on the verge of tears when Rima mocked at her mercilessly because she said "ux" instead of ask, her voice trembling. Malti said, I know my English is weak, yours is good. Please, will you help me to improve it? I won't be able to help you, my dear, replied Rima with an exaggerated accent. Speaking proper English isn't easy for you countrified types. Malti's face turned red. She wanted to retort but could not find the right words. She burst into tears and ran off. That was horrid, Rima, said Shehnaz. Yes, agreed Neha and Claire roundly. Rima was shocked. Her own friends has turned against her. She walked off in a huff. In a huff, that means in a bad mood. Mrs. Sane found her subdued, that is, unusually quiet, means differently she was behaving over the lunch but decided not to ask anything. Rima knew that she had behaved very badly. She was too proud to admit it even herself. The story is from Odd One In by Tithi Tavora. now now what we all understood from lesson, that this chapter is extracted from the story Odd One In by Tithi Tavora, and she teaches us to be kind with others and respect each other differences. The story revolves around Rima, a city girl who tried to bully a new student in her class. Malti, she was from a different state and took the admission in Rima's school. Rima and her friends disliked her because she was from the different state. She applied too much of oil on her hair and bindi on her forehead, and she was not able to speak English fluently. So Rima and her friends began to make fun of her rather than helping or teaching her English or help her to settling in. After some days passed, everyone in the class realized that how talented and sweet Malti was and befriended, means everyone became the friend of Malti. However, Rima and her gang hated her and teased her always, and this is what hurt Malti a lot. One day one day she could not tolerate it anymore. She ran away from Rima with tears in her eyes, and Rima's friends scolded her for her bad behavior. Rima then realized her mistake and felt very bad about her own behavior. So, what is this story tells us? What is the moral of the story? That when we realize that we are at fault, we should apologize immediately and make things right. I hope you all have understood the chapter Odd One In. Now, homework, that is page number 6. First question, you can skip this question, but from second to 8 you have to write all question answers in your notebook. So here question 8 is a language study that we will study little now. Types of noun. Here Noun is used word that used at the same at the name of a person, place, or a thing. The names given to a particular person, places, animals, etc. are proper nouns, and the rest are common nouns. For example, Ria is a proper noun because it is the name of a particular person, but the girl is a common noun because girl can be anyone, right? So it is not the name of the particular person. Now suppose Pune. Pune is a proper noun because it is the name of the particular place. Town. Town is a common noun because it is not the name of the particular place. Town can be anyone. So again, a noun that gives the common name to person, animal, place, or things which are of the same kind is called common noun. For example, boy, city, river, month. These are common nouns. And the noun that gives the special name to the particular person, animal, place, or thing, it is called proper noun. For example, Ashish, Shillong, Yamuna, July. These are all called proper nouns. And remember, students, proper noun always begins with a capital letter. Thank you, students.